Hello people, how you going with planet Earth? I hope you're well today or tonight, wherever you are in the world. This is Chris John's YouTube channel, posting another video. Now, today in Melbourne, I'm going to speak for a few minutes about mental illness, psychiatry, and the mental health area of science. Now, for a fact, they don't know much about the science of the brain. Doctors in the mental health area and such as these days. It's still very early primitive days in the mental health area of studying mental illnesses. By I mean early days, like it's very primitive. What they did 500 years ago is say someone's diagnosed as crazy or a bit agitated, or deemed as crazy or promoting or speaking crazy ideas or doing crazy things that are not of the normal part of what normal society would expect, the morals and ethics of society. Now, 40 years ago, they would have locked up people around the world, and they probably still do in other countries, not Australia, but 40 years ago, they lock up people for being crazy, for being a bit agitated, but generally crazy ideologies and speaking crazy ideologies. They lock them up in asylums for years and years, and it's very it's a lot of depravity what they do to these people. It's absolutely shocking. Like I could call it evil, but they just want to shut down people like us with different ideas, as they do, as some people have probably know about Alex Jones or Julian Assange, the heroes of our day, and Donald Trump especially. Donald Trump speaks his mind very well. Um, that's very popular in culture and politics these days. Donald Trump has seemingly crazy ideas, but they're not crazy. They're all the right ideas. If one was to analyze it about the world, Donald Trump exposes the corruption of the establishment and the elites of who's running the world, whether it be the bankers or the military industrial complex. That's what they do. They diagnose these people with crazy ideas and they persecute them, as they are doing, for example, Julian Assange and Alex Jones and Donald Trump. Like, Donald Trump's got 91 indictments in America. And, just for, speaking against the status quo and the norm of whatever left-wing crazy Democrats don't want to hear. They don't want to hear it, but the world needs to hear it. The world needs to wake up, basically. And what my point is, I'll say a few facts of what I figured out about mental illness. And I've been diagnosed with schizophrenia years ago and depression, mental health issues, but they were caused by traumatic events in my childhood and a few violent altercations and such. Now, anxiety is obviously real. That's extreme stress and or worry, and excessively worrying anxiety. That that that's perceivably real. And so is depression. Depression is a long state of sadness, really. So those things are perceivably real. They are correct and probably right in diagnostics and diagnosis of mental health issues. But the fact is, these scientists and doctors and psychiatrists don't know much about the brain at all, the human brain. And there's neuroscience, all those other subjects in science these days in the 21st century. And still, as I said, it's very early primitive days in the mental health area of science and culture, and what we have a lot of stigma against people with mental illnesses. For example, I don't think schizophrenia, this is real shit, people. I don't think schizophrenia is real at all. Now, maybe it's real, schizophrenia. For someone to have schizophrenia, they'd have to have some kind of brain injury, physical brain injury, and be a bit agitated or anxious or depressed or psychotic. And this could, and also if, for two examples, a physical brain injury and also obviously using and abusing drugs like LSD and acid, which are psychotic-inducing drugs. This could cause schizophrenia to the level of absolutely being diagnosed as a quote-unquote crazy person who's insane, labelled as insane, and has got schizophrenia. But I don't think schizophrenia is really as real as they think. It's very much persecuted to this day. People label people with extroverted ideas and speaking their ideologies as crazy. There's obviously right and wrong and good and bad and good and evil in life, but I mean, people who get angry and fight, they might be drinking too much alcohol, for example, or they might have had a traumatic experience and be angry. And that often people that are angry get diagnosed with a psychotic episode, psychosis. Now, that's all real in reality. I mean, we live in a troubled world, a society where there's violence here and there around the world, on the streets, wherever, in any country, in any city in the world. And the community is often, in fact, stigmatized. The community around these people who are deemed as crazy often puts a lot of stigma around these people, and who are just seemingly, in reality, they're obviously just different people who think different ideas and thoughts. So, thanks folks for listening to my another video of Chris Johns' YouTube channel. I hope your views were informative and you've learned some different ideas about science and philosophy and as such. And thank you for watching. Please subscribe to my channel and hit the like button and comment me if you ever want to express your ideas to me. Post a comment. But please subscribe. Thank you. Peace.